Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Austin's Mayor Pro Tem Paige Ellis, standing in for Mayor Kirk Watson today after the announcement of him testing positive for COVID. We wish him a speedy recovery. Austin Energy will provide an update on restoration efforts here shortly, but I know many of you are now on day 5 without power, and possibly still without a timeline of when you can expect to have your electricity come back on. I share your frustration about these unknown timelines, especially when outage reporting tools are sometimes not accurately reflecting your situation in real time, and long phone call wait times puts people in a position of using their limited cell phone battery to make sure that crews know their current condition. My office has been working diligently alongside Austin Energy and other departments as we continue pressing for answers on system errors and other ongoing issues related to power outages, including tree clearings. Providing clear, accurate, and timely communication is essential in these types of emergencies. And at Tuesday's work session, we hope we'll be getting a very preliminary informational assessment led by Council members Allison Alter and Vanessa Fuentes as requested. I want to thank our Austin Energy line workers, as well as those from other jurisdictions who have responded to the city's request for mutual aid, for their long hours of diligent work in potentially dangerous situations since the very beginning of this ice accumulation event. Our partners at Travis County and the crews of Emergency Operations, Austin Water, Transportation Department, Public Works, Resource Recovery, and of course our first responders and public safety professionals and call takers. Lastly, thank you to our community partners who have stepped up in providing aid to those still without power, and that includes organizations like the Central Texas Food Bank, who led food distribution events today, and recovery support from the Red Cross and Austin Disaster Relief Network. I will now turn it over. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Ellis. I'm Spencer Cronk, the Austin City Manager, and I really appreciate everyone for joining us again this afternoon. We continue to make progress on the storm recovery, and I'm happy to share that since 5 p.m. Friday, Austin Energy crews have restored power to thousands of additional customers. These warmer temperatures we're experiencing today are aiding us in this progress, and the danger of trees and limbs falling on power lines has certainly receded. Austin Energy will be providing more details, but I want to personally thank the more than 400 line workers, tree trimmers, and other personnel from Austin Energy and our neighboring utilities who are working around the clock to get power restored. We have partners here with us from New Braunfels Utilities, CenterPoint Energy, Bird Electric, Renegade, and CPS Energy in San Antonio, and we're so grateful to their help. Thankfully, this winter weather event has not impacted Austin water and wastewater treatment plants, and the water treatment plants continue to meet the expected production rates. We do continue to ask our residents across the city to conserve water. This helps by reducing the demand on the system while we work through these intermittent power outages. We do still have some traffic signals across the city that aren't operating due to power outages, and Austin Transportation Department crews are working to reset them as soon as power is restored. Please use caution while driving and treat dark or flashing signals as a four-way stop. Now I know the people of Austin are resilient. I know they are frustrated, and I share in their frustration. And with everyone working together, we will get through this. I will now ask Austin Energy General Manager Jackie Sargent to give an update. Jackie?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jackie Sargent, Austin Energy General Manager. Today, we've continued to make progress with our restorations, and since yesterday at 5 p.m. Through noon today, crews have restored more than 62,000 customers for a total of over 267,000 restorations since the start of this event. Currently, we have about 1,700 outages affecting approximately 68,000 customers. Elton and I went out in the field today firsthand to see the issues that our crews are facing. We saw that they have to go through the process of understanding what the outage is, making sure that the work zone is safe, bring in the vegetation management or the tree trimmers to clear debris out of the way. To get into one of the sites that we went to, we had to go through the homeowner's property because the service was along the back of the property. There were tree limbs down everywhere. The crews had to get over the debris that was the customers to get back and into the work zone, which presents some challenges. Once the line clearance crews were out of the way, the line worker had to climb the pole and reconnect the service manually. We're doing this effort as safely and as quickly as possible, but just from that example, you can understand how tedious these efforts are. And while the weather continues to improve, which is very helpful, the trees are compromised. They were stressed by the heavy loading of ice on them. So there's still the potential for tree branches to come down and for more debris to impede our outage restoration. And that makes the restoration efforts more complex. And that makes the restoration times take longer to achieve. We brought with us some photos today, and I'm going to defer to Elton to walk you through some of those photos. Elton, you can go up a second.
Get this off without pulling my hearing aids off. Hey, what's up, guys? Wish we were visiting under different circumstances. First of all, I got feedback from the translators. I'm supposed to slow down. I thought I was actually talking pretty slow, but they said I was going too fast, so I'll try to slow down a little bit. As Jackie stated, we were out in the field again with the crews today, and I'd like to again put my shout out to the crews, the mutual aid crews, and also the dispatch center and the people that are supporting. Our support team had probably delivered over 4,000 meals to everybody that's out in the field, so they're just an incredible support team. Which one you got up first, Josh?
You can go step in front.
I didn't know whether the mics messed it up or not. Oh, and they said I shouldn't compete with you, so thank you. So what we got here, this is the one that I kind of talked about that is hard to give an ETR. This was the communication tower that was down. This is back a half a mile. Okay, I'll get back behind the mic. This is the comm tower that I spoke about yesterday. This is a 400-foot comm tower, and what happened was the guide wires, the ice built up on it. One of the structural engineers said it on over a 300-foot section of guide wire with a half-inch of ice on it. That's 5,000 pounds on each one of those guide wires. So that tower actually collapsed. This is a half a mile back in the woods. There was 5 spans of wire that came down that consisted of about 1,000 feet of wire, and you're talking three wires because it's primary. So that's what the crew had to deal with. The other issue with this is when we talk about the vegetation management, the vegetation was off the lines, but the problem was in the right-of-way, it wasn't cleared for us to drive into. So the vegetation management crews had to clear the path in the right-of-way just so we could get the trucks in. Luckily, the mutual aid crews and one of our mutual aid Spocks is on that job today, and that job should be completed today. And that does feed 3 other cell phone towers, so it will definitely assist in some of the communications that's coming through. Next one, please. That was the one we just had. Yeah, that was the communication tower. Okay, right there. Okay, so this is an example of what we're finding on multiple broken poles. You can think about a telephone pole, not exactly a fragile piece of equipment. But what happens is the weight of the ice, vegetation downstream, which means it was down away from this part, went onto the primary wires. The wires didn't snap, and that was enough force to snap that telephone pole where you sit. So this isn't like an hour fixed job. This is a full day job for a 6-man crew. They have to remove that pole, they have to make safe, they have to set a new pole, put new cross arms, and transfer all of that stuff back over. That's what's driving the length of restoration that we're seeing as we go through. My grandmother used to say, bad news is like meatloaf. You don't push it in the back of the refrigerator, just pull it out, put it on the counter, and go for it. And the reason I bring that up is yesterday I talked about circuits, which were the long ones, and you energize it, and we get a lot of customers picked up. That's why we've seen that over the last 2 days. There's 9 circuits left, and we have crews assigned to every one of those circuits right now. The reason I'm stating that is once that's done, it's not going to be any faster. Because what happens is when I gave that example of that strip cord that went out and the individual plugs off to the side, those that are unplugged, we now have to go and repair. In the example that Jackie gave today on that little short section that we had, there was probably 4 different sites that they had to repair just to get approximately 30 homes up. So it's tedious work, but it's got to be done safely, and we are definitely working to get it. I would like to mention one thing that our GM, Jackie, brought up yesterday. She showed you the chart about what's your responsibility as a homeowner in Austin Energies. One of them was a service and the pipe that went up the side with the weatherhead that was on the side of the house. A neighbor came out while we were out on this job site and said, hey, it's down in my backyard. Since you're here, could you take a look at it? Well, the crew went back. Thank goodness she followed the process about treating it as energized, because guess what? It was energized. So there was a live wire line in their backyard. So please stay away from the wires. Call them in. We will get to them as soon as we can, but just treat them as energized, and please take care of your own safety, please. So we'll continue. We got more mutual aid crews in. As a matter of fact, Jackie and I welcomed them at noon before we came down to here. So my guys have continued to grind out tonight. They'll be pounding the streets. I want to thank the customers of Austin Energy. It was just refreshing for the neighbors to come out that's been out of power for 3 or 4 days, and they come out and tell the crews thank you. They know they're out of power, but they're saying thank you. Some of them were offering coffee. Some wanted to bake cookies if they had a gas stove, I guess. But it was just, it's refreshing for the crews to know that the customers are respecting what they're doing. So thanks for your support, and I'll turn it back over to Jackie.
Thank you, Elton. Appreciate that. I believe we have a picture of what we talked about yesterday, and this is where the equipment on the homeowner's house was damaged. And this is the equipment that the homeowner is responsible to have repaired. And if the lines connecting to that are down in the ground, we need to have you call those in so that we can disconnect those, and the electrician can come out and safely restore your power. Today we added additional contractors. As Elton talked about, we welcomed them here at noon, and one of our primary messages to them after thanking them for being here was that they needed to work safely. So you're going to see out in our community more than Austin Energy crews, but crews from other resources. And I want to thank all of the mutual aid teams who are helping us restore power for our community. I also want to thank our Austin Energy crews that continue to work to restore everyone's power. They are working tirelessly and around the clock. And thanking the customers. This morning when we were out and we were going back to the vehicle, there was a woman who was walking her dog, and she shared with us, thanked us for being out, shared with us that she had power, but her neighbor across the street did not. So she had reached out to her neighbor and invited her to her home, helped her with charging her device, and she let us pet her dog. The dog's name is JC. As the weather improves, we're seeing people out and about. Saw a lot coming here today. Cars are speeding. Cars are speeding by our job sites. I would ask you to please respect them. We need those workers to be safe. So if you are going past crews, please slow down and give them extra space. Another issue that I want to talk about is our outage map. A single point on the map may represent multiple outages. The points on the map show outages that are in an area. So if there's a point on the map that's close to where you are, you're likely included in that outage. If you receive a text message that says that power has been restored and your power has not, reply to that text message, OUT or out. If you text SAT for status and message responds, you get a message in response that says not aware of an outage, then please reply OUT or out. And we are continuing to work with the vendor to troubleshoot issues with our outage map, and we'll work to continuously improve that. I want to once again thank everyone at Austin Energy. It's more than the field crews. At the start of this event, our people at our power plants were working. Many were staying overnight on site because of the travel conditions. We really appreciate their efforts. Our customer care people who are handling thousands and thousands of calls, the folks that we have at 311 who are also taking calls, the people behind the scenes in finance and logistics and planning and engineering, our dispatch crews in our energy control center. There are so many people that are supporting this effort, and they care deeply, just as I do, about getting every customer's power back on. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ken Snipes, Director of Austin Resource Recovery. I want to start by thanking the women and men around the city who are working diligently to restore and resolve the issues that have been caused by this storm. For Austin Resource Recovery, this effort will occur in 2 phases. The first of those phases is to restore our normal collection services. As of today, Austin Resource Recovery has caught up on all of its regular CART services. And on Monday, those services will return to normal. The second phase of our work will include debris management and debris collection. And for more on that, I'm going to turn it over to Deputy Director Richard McHale.
Good afternoon. I'm Deputy Director Richard McHale with Austin Resource Recovery. I'd like to give you an update on where we are with the storm debris response. But before I do that, I also would like to thank the staff of ARR and the other city departments that are doing all this work, especially Austin Energy. I've been with the city for nearly 30 years now, and this is by far the worst disaster that I have ever seen. So I'm amazed that there is any electric west of Mopac. So my hat's off to Austin Energy for the vegetation work that they have done. So with that, just an update. There were some existing brush routes. We do brush collection twice a year from residents. We had 3 previously scheduled mailouts had gone out, so those collections will still occur. So if you received a mailer notifying you of your semi-annual brush collection, those dates will still apply. So you can go ahead and put your material out, storm debris and any other material you have, and we will get that collected as it was previously scheduled. ARR, we learned a lot from Uri. We learned a lot when we replied to a mutual aid agreement with the City of Houston. We helped out with Harvey, so we had a lot of learned lessons from other areas. So we took those lessons and we had some pre-positioned contracts in place for debris contractors and debris monitors. The debris monitors are for if this becomes a FEMA event and we are requesting reimbursement from the federal government, we have to have those debris monitors. So all those contracts were activated. We met with the contractors today. They already have trucks that are arriving. The first step will be to we have to catalog and certify each of the trucks that will be used, get all the sizes and weights, have them given decals so we know whose trucks are whose. Once we get that done, they will be able to start collections. So we anticipate contractors starting collections Monday. So between the 3 contractors, they are bringing in folks from the local area as they can, but they're also getting resources from some other areas that they have crews in. So that work will start Monday. The city is ARR has a webpage that we are putting up. It's at austintexas.gov/storm debris. You can go to that page and we will have any information and resources on guidelines for setting out brush and other resources. If you may need assistance removing some brush from your backyard, there's links to other resources on that page as well. So we ask that you do take a look at that. Service order wise, just to give you a scale of the issue here. So Winter Storm Uri, in the first 3 days, we had about 307 service orders. First 3 days of this event, we are about 3,000 service orders. So significantly worse, a lot of work to be done. 50% of the service orders are coming Council Districts 6, 8, and 10, so primarily West Austin. So we will look at the service orders, and we will use that to guide how we deploy resources. But we will have resources in each council district, both in East Austin, West Austin, North Austin, and South Austin. We will also be putting up a map on our website to give customers an idea of where we're working, and hopefully when we anticipate moving to other areas. So this is something that we're doing for the first time this year, so we should have that up and running soon, and we will make sure we have that information updated on a daily basis. We do have a public drop-off spot currently at Hornsby Bend. A lot of folks have been taking advantage of that. We are also working on some additional drop-off facilities in North Austin and South Austin. I don't have the details on that yet, but we hope to have that up and running as soon as Monday. So we will give you more information as those sites are established. We do ask if you do have storm damage, do call 311. Even if you think all your other neighbors have, we do ask that you call just so we can get a good idea of the magnitude of the issue. When we did Uri, we had one contractor working. They worked here for about 5 weeks. And then the city worked for about an additional 3 months with additional material. We have a lot more contractors this time, but this is going to be a long-term recovery. I mean, we will be busy all of February for sure. But the key point I want to get across is even if we don't get you on the first round, if you still got material you haven't got to the front, don't worry. We're going to be back. We're going to be making multiple sweeps of the city. So if we don't get you on the first pass, we will get you on the subsequent passes. So rest assured that we will get that material collected. That's all I had. With that, I can take. We'll pass it on.
Good afternoon. I'm James Snow, Interim Director of Public Works. What I'd like to try to do today is give you an update status where we're at, talk about our transition to recovery ops, and also give a brief update from my mobility partner, Austin Transportation, as far as traffic signals. But first of all, on behalf of Public Works, we would like to thank everybody for their patience and understanding as our crews have been working diligently and as quickly as possible to clear the debris in the right-of-way. Since Monday, Public Works staff and crew have been working 24-hour operations focused on winter storm response by either treating roads or clearing debris to ensure that safe mobility for our citizens, first responders, and other critical city services. Currently, we have 29 crews from Public Works, Austin Resource Recovery, Watershed, Parks, and Texas Forestry deployed throughout the city that are responding to service requests for clearing the right-of-way of the debris for safe travel and have been placing the debris to the side so that we can coordinate with Austin Resource Recovery as part of the coordination effort to pick up debris. As of this afternoon, we received over 1,500 requests for services since the event started. Crews have responded to over 748 debris requests and currently have a backlog of over 500 service requests, with 90% of those being debris removal. We have completed 186 requests just in the last 24 hours. Please, we ask you to be patient. We're trying to do as quick as possible to remove those. During yesterday's press conference, I reported that we're in the process of reconfiguring our operations group to shift from the focus of winter response, which is treating roads and clearing debris, to storm recovery operations, primarily focused on debris clearing and removal. On Monday, Public Works will begin a systematic grid approach that we've used in other storm recovery operations to assign teams to certain sectors of the city. This approach will allow us to confirm debris has been cleared and establish pickup points to be coordinated with Austin Resource Recovery. Even though we're making that transition from storm response to storm recovery, we still want residents to report down trees in the right-of-way. They should call 311, and that request will be routed to our section crews that will be working through this effort. But I said at the beginning, I'd like to also give an update from our mobility partner, Transportation Department, as far as their progress on signals. Currently, there are 54 traffic signals that are dark and 9 traffic signals that are in the flashing mode as of this press conference. These signals come up just in a correspondence with Austin Energy progress to restoring power. The 9 flashing signals will be crews will respond and get them back in working order by the end of the day. Austin Transportation also has crews inspecting the dark traffic lights, and staff are prepared to ensure that once those lights come on board, they'll get back in quick order quickly. Again, they ask us to remind you that please treat all intersections with dark or flashing lights as a four-way stop. That's my update.
So that completes our updates from our operational partners, and we're happy to answer any questions.
This question is for Jackie. How do you justify raising rates when most Austinites will say that your service has proven to be unreliable time and time again, year after year?
Well, first, let me say that notwithstanding a significant weather event, which this is, that has caused significant damage, and we've shown photos of that, we regularly track and report out on the reliability of our system. We benchmark with our peer utilities across the country, and we have some of the strongest reliability numbers. With regard to rates, our base rates, we haven't raised base rates since 2012. Costs for everything have gone up and escalated. Base rates pay for our crews, they pay for vegetation management, they pay for power plants, they pay for the debt service, the money we have to borrow to build infrastructure, the poles, the lines, the transformers, and all of those things. Our rate review process used a test year of 2021, which demonstrated that we were under-recovered in our rates. And so it was necessary for us to be able to increase rates so that we can replenish some of our funds that we need to manage cash balances. And we need those so that we can buy the things that we need to maintain and restore the system. I know nobody wants their rates to go up. I wish that we didn't have to raise them. But as you know, inflation has occurred, supply chain shortages have driven costs up. We have seen increase in our labor costs. We have to be able to pay our people in order to keep them. And we need them to serve all of our customers. So, although this is a significant event caused by a very significant weather event where we saw lots and lots of ice form, ½ inch to 0.8 inches or more in some cases, the farther west you were. I think it was KXAN that reported last evening that this was the worst ice storm to hit Austin in history. So the significance of that event is what has driven these current outages. And I think the pictures that we have and the things that our crews are doing and dealing with out in the field are demonstrative of that.
This is Isabel Baxter with KDU. I think the biggest frustration that we're hearing with all the calls from neighbors and still having a power outages for 5 days is what's causing the holdup. A lot of people feel like they've been told the frozen equipment was slowing them down, but now that the weather's nice, and I know you mentioned earlier in the conference, it is helping. Like, why is it just taking so long? And what are the biggest things behind it?
You saw the picture, the first picture that Elton showed you, where that transmission tower, the guy wires were so weighted down with the ice that the tower collapsed. And when the tower came down, it took out our power line, a main line, a primary circuit. And so first you have to remove all of that debris, and then you have to get in there. You have to have access to be able to make the repairs. And then I think it was 1,000 feet a line,
Yes, ma'am.
and 5 structures that needed to be replaced, that takes time. That's what's causing the length or the amount of time to restore these outages. They're complex. They're not easy fix. It's not like we had equipment that failed when it was in service. We had equipment that was damaged. And it was damaged as a result of the ice accumulation and the trees and tree limbs and all of that. Even the ones not in the area that in our vegetation management zone, but trees outside of that were so weighted down that they fell over or large sections of them broke off and landed on the power lines.
So a couple of years back, Austin Energy switched to what's called smart meters, and on your own website it says that you guys have outage detection. Why is it that we need to report outages at all?
So normally the system sees those, right, without you reporting them, and the outage map gets populated. And so as those outages come in, and in some cases there's a number of customers, there's one of those feeders, like that line that was taken down by the tower. And so that accounts for a large number of customers, but it's considered one outage. So when that gets restored, sometimes those lines, when we go to energize them, there'll be the plugs, as Elton explained, that are coming off of there, the lines that go then out and down to feed homes or other businesses, and they have debris on them. And when we go to put the line in, it trips back out because of that debris or those obstructions in the system. And so we then have to go and disconnect, unplug those plugs from the strip, right? Unplug those plugs, get them off that, and leave the ones that are safe to be energized, turn that back on, and then we have to individually go out to each one of those sections of line or those plugs and fix the damage that's on those. And so when we clear that big outage, it looks like that outage was cleared and your particular outage was lumped into that as part of it, the way the outage management system works. And so if you're signed up for text alerts, then a message goes out that says power has been restored in your area. It doesn't say power has been restored to you. And if you don't have power restored and you get that message, that's why you reply back OUT, and that goes back into the system to repopulate it.
Can I ask a follow-up? If this outage detection system only detects one large outage, why do we as customers have to report outages individually?
You don't until it's a situation that an outage, a big outage has been cleared. The main line has been cleared, and that so that the system sees that that one outage was cleared. And then if you're signed up for the outage alerts, a message goes out to you that says power has been restored in your area. And you're supposed to reply back, OUT, out, if your individual power is out, because it does this in a block. And it doesn't, then the meter's already out, so it can't send another signal that it's out. So we're working with the vendor to see if there's ways that we can improve that, because we know that's creating a lot of frustration for folks, and that's the last thing we want right now. People want to make sure that we know that their power is out, and we want them to know that we're working to restore it.
Andy McKay, what is the status of power at nursing homes and assisted living facilities right now, and how are they being prioritized?
I'll let Elton answer that one.
Damn hearing aids. Yeah, nursing homes are considered a critical load, and it depends on what type of care is being provided. So critical load, as far as a customer, is critical load 1, 2, or 3. And as GM Jackie Sargent mentioned yesterday, first of all, they have to be registered, so we have to recognize it. You can't just call up during the storm. So let's say it's an assisted living that has hospital care at the home. That would probably be a critical load 1. We have a large customer service that reviews it and places it. If it's just an assisted living that doesn't provide medical care, it's probably critical load 2. So that's, I can't say what it is without it done, but that's kind of how they do the levels. They look at what type of care is being provided, what's the level of response for electrical services do they need, and then where do they go. And if you don't mind, I'd like to go back to this young lady's question about the frustration. If you would, I'd like to use Winter Storm Uri as a baseline, because in the history of our lifetime, and I'm a lot older than any of you out there, that was kind of the bad guy. And to give you an example of Winter Storm Uri, if you take the total time of the outages or the days out with the 7 to 8 days, the majority of that was because of the rolling blackouts, which we know, and the compression of the load. The actual storm response, when you look at it, is like over 3 specific days. Do you know how many mutual aid crews we had during that time? 0. Our indigenous workforce did world-class performance during Storm Uri and got all the customers restored, usually within 24 hours. When the first storm came in, we were completely restored by Sunday, and that was a 24-hour period. Next one was Tuesday. We had the load cut, had to wait before we did the repairs, but world-class performance, we had 0 mutual aid. That's why this one, when you talk about significance, and I'll again use Storm Uri. In Storm Uri, on a circuit, normally what happened was one branch went into it and it tripped the whole line. They had to go out and patrol it and do that repair. This storm is ungodly. I've never seen it in my life. And like I said, I worked in the northern part of Illinois. Never saw this level of devastation. You take that same outage, multiply that limb on the wire with 2 trees, a broken pole, and comm lines. So that same repair that we did during Storm Uri, which took maybe 8 hours, just turned into almost a 2-day job. So just to pick up that short amount of customers, the magnitude, we're performing almost 4 to 5 jobs just in that normal section that we would do 1 job. So I understand the frustration. Believe me, my crews are frustrated. They want your power on. They'd like to go back home to their families. They're tired of living in the hotels and working 16 hours a day. But that's the difference, and hopefully showing the difference between Storm Uri and now, you can kind of do a comparison on it. And instead of, us just standing up here saying, yeah, okay, it's tough. That's why. That's kind of a visual, if it helps.
A follow-up question with that. Do you have any financial assistance that the city or any of your programs will help provide for those who have accrued anything unexpected?
Yeah, that's out. I'm just turning the lights on, man. That'll be a question for somebody else.
I can certainly follow up on other additional assistance that we're able to provide to our families and residents in Austin. I know that as we did declare the local disaster, and also that's in conjunction with the county, and I understand the state as well, that does unlock additional programs. And so as those programs become available, we'll be providing that information to our community. That does conclude our press conference.
One last question here, and then we're done.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this question's for the city. I was wondering what exactly goes into a disaster declaration. What kind of funding are we going to get? What are the perks?
Yeah, it's too early to say that at this point, but it certainly was done after an assessment of how much damage has occurred so far, how many resources we are using to recover from the storm event, but it will allow us to look at additional programs that the state and federal government are able to provide the city. Again, we understand your frustration. We appreciate the patience. This community is strong and resilient, and we will get through it together. Thank you all very much.